What is going on, you guys? It's that time of year again where the Game Awards are right around the corner. And on November 13th, Monday, Jeff Keighley will officially announce all of the award nominees. While I'm sure everyone will be putting together their lists for who they think is going to be nominated for Game of the Year, in this video I wanted to focus on the Soulslike games I played from this year and see where they could possibly fit into the categories for a nomination. We have had some really great Souls-like games this year, from Lies of P to Remnant 2, Blasphemous 2, and even Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Do you remember that one? Sadly, I don't think the media will. I will actually be stunned if this gets a win this year, because this year was so packed. There's guarantee that a lot of games are going to be snubbed this year, Souls-like games included. So let's break this down a little bit. Let's start with Wulong Fallen Dynasty. I loved this game, but in terms of it getting award nominations, I do have it the least likely. Because it came out at the beginning of the year, it's basically a Nioh-like, and Nioh, if we go back to 2017 where it released, and of course that was another jam-packed year, Nioh was nominated for just one award, and that was for Best Action Game. And it lost to Wolfenstein 2. So it just kind of tells you the climate that we're in. I mean, this was years ago and Souls-like wasn't as big as it is now, but still I feel that this game will likely kind of do the same. It's a packed year again, and I feel like Wulong could get nominated for something like Best Action, but then lose. I hope I'm wrong and it's nominated for even more and actually wins something, but I just don't think I'm gonna be wrong on this. I would be really shocked if I was wrong, because I love the game and I would be happy about it, but I would downright be shocked. Next, we have Lords of the Fallen, and this is going to be really tough to predict because it's such a divisive game, and it's one I haven't even finished because the gripes I have with this game just never really truly go away, no matter how many patches they release. It launched badly, performed badly, it has mediocre scores, and it didn't really blow media away. But there's kind of a cult following for it. There's people who do love it. There are some reviewers who did love it. Like I said, it's just very divisive. And because of that, and some of them loving it, it could get a nomination or two, possibly Best Art Direction or Best Music, something like that. It's going to be tough, and I think either way, I'd not be surprised. It's like the divisiveness for the game never really leaves, even with this and these predictions, because either it's nominated and I'm not surprised, or it isn't nominated, and again, I'm not really surprised. So it's going to be interesting if this game comes up at all. I'll definitely be looking for that. Next, we have Blasphemous 2, which is our little indie gem in here, but unfortunately, it did not have as much impact as I think it could have. If it was a different year maybe, or their first game, something like that, but because this is a sequel, and it's a damn good one, but it's still a small indie studio that didn't get much advertisement, and on top of it, it had kind of a bad release date. It released one day before Armored Core 6, and I think this really hurt it in terms of how it was talked about, word of mouth, and all of that. It didn't really spread because more so people were playing Armored Core and talking about that. So because of that, I feel the impact wasn't as strong as it could have been. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it and talking about it out loud, Blasphemous 2 could be the least likely to get nominations out of this list now that I'm really breaking it down. I played the game, I thought it was great, it kicked my ass, and I hope it's nominated, but I will not be surprised if it's snubbed in any kind of way. We do want to see this game in Best Indie. I think it should be in there, but you know, it's just such a packed year. So yeah, man, now that I'm really thinking about it, this could be the least likely to get a nomination, which is crazy, and it will be a shame. As for Remnant 2, this is a big one, and there's a couple possibilities here. I could maybe see it squeeze in there for best multiplayer. I would be kind of shocked, but maybe, okay? It does kind of have a chance. There's also best audio. I feel the guns and the gameplay sounded really clean in this game. And then there's of course best action game, which would be perfect because it's a damn good action game. I think for sure it needs this nomination. It'll be such a shame if it doesn't get it. If we think back to the first Remnant game, it came out in 2019, and I went back and checked. It was not nominated for a damn thing. But that was the first game. Here we are with the second, which is drastically better in my opinion. It got more attention, it sold more, and it had more word of mouth. So that goes for it, and I think that could push it to finally get a nomination. Remnant 2, in my honest opinion, is one of the best games this year. It just can be seen as very underrated and very overlooked, even though it did have more word of mouth. More people than not did still overlook it, and that's a shame, but I'm giving it some hope. I think there's a chance. I think it could maybe squeeze in there and steal something. We'll see. I just really loved this game, so I would like to see it do something and win something, but again, we'll see. And speaking of games I loved, we get to our big one here, which is The Lies of P. This is for sure getting nominated. I would be so shocked if it isn't. I would be tempted to put money that it's going to get nominated for something. It has to. What this game did for the Souls-like genre is probably the toughest to beat. It received really great reviews, it left an impact on the industry, and it was extremely polished at launch. I could see it nominated for Best Soundtrack, Best Art Direction, Best Audio, and then maybe Best Action or Action Adventure, depending how it fits the description. I think it has to land at least a few of these and win at least one or two, because I say so. No, but for reals, I could really see it winning something. I would be really shocked if it didn't. But hey man, I've seen worse snubs, so we'll see. I mean, you never know with these shows. Sometimes we could think something's a lock, and then it isn't. So it's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be entertaining. Of course, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I already know somebody's going to comment, it doesn't matter what game of the year is. All it matters is your game of the year. Listen, don't bring that around here. We're trying to get to business, all right? We're trying to make this interesting. Give me your predictions, you guys. Who do you think out of these games is going to get any nominations? And also, if you want to, throw in your Game of the Year nominee list as well. I might make a separate video for that. I'm not sure yet. But for now, let's talk some Souls. Let me see what you guys think. If there's any other games that you played that are kind of Souls-like and I haven't played them, let me know that too, all right? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.